Welcome back, everyone, because what we are talking about today is nothing short of historic, electrifying, and era-defining for America's team. Dallas Cowboys fans, buckle up because this is not rumor, not speculation, not some late-night insider whisper waiting for confirmation. This is real, confirmed, official, and absolutely shocking. The Dallas Cowboys have acquired superstar pass rusher Bradley Chubb in a massive trade that is already sending shockwaves across the NFL landscape. The front office in Dallas has just put their foot on the gas pedal, slammed it through the floor, and made a move that screams one thing loud and clear: the Cowboys are going all in. Not next season. Not 2 years down the road. Right now. This moment. This year. And the league is suddenly on alert, wondering what kind of defensive monster Dallas is about to unleash. Bradley Chubb, one of the most explosive edge rushers in football, is now officially wearing the star on his helmet. A player with raw power, championship pedigree, elite closing speed, and the ability to destroy entire offensive game plans all by himself. Pair that with Micah Parsons, a generational force who already keeps offensive coordinators up at night, and what you get is a defensive duo that looks completely unfair. Think about that image for a second: two predators hunting quarterbacks every single snap, collapsing pockets from both edges, forcing double teams on one side and leaving the other side free to wreak havoc. For years the narrative has been that the Cowboys need one more superstar on defense to turn them from dangerous into unstoppable. And today, the Cowboys front office just delivered that missing piece. Reports say the war room inside Dallas headquarters was electric. Phones ringing, decisions being made fast, front office personnel pacing, debating, calculating cap space, future picks, and the long-term vision. Then suddenly, the call happens. Papers are finalized. Sources confirm. And as of this moment, Bradley Chubb is a Dallas Cowboy. This isn't just a trade, this is a message to the league, to the NFC, to opponents who thought they had Dallas figured out. The Cowboys are not here to participate in this season. They are here to dominate it. And you could almost feel the internet break in real time the moment the news hit, with Cowboys fans exploding online, rival fanbases panicking, analysts scrambling to update playoff projections, and Vegas shifting odds faster than scoreboards change in a shootout. Now let's talk about what this means on the field, because the impact is enormous. Micah Parsons has been carrying a huge defensive load, constantly double-teamed, chipped by tight ends, held on nearly every snap, and still producing at an all-pro level. But now, you can't double-team both edges. Teams will have to pick their poison. Do they slide protection toward Parsons and leave Bradley Chubb one-on-one with a tackle who cannot match his strength? Or do they focus coverage on Chubb and allow Parsons a free runway to the quarterback? Every offensive snap becomes a trap. Every drop back becomes a risk. Quarterbacks across the league are waking up today knowing their life just got a whole lot harder. Think about teams like Philadelphia, San Francisco, Detroit, NFC powerhouses who have been standing in the Cowboys' way. Their offensive lines have been great, but great might not be enough anymore. The playoffs are going to be a battlefield, and Dallas just acquired heavy artillery. This defense already had playmakers, already had speed, already had swagger, but now it has a second apex predator. One player who commands fear, respect, and chaos. Put him next to Parsons, and this is no longer a defense you game plan against. This is a defense you survive if you're lucky. But this trade means even more than just sacks and highlights. It signals something deeper inside the Cowboys organization: aggression, determination, a refusal to waste talent or settle for another heartbreak ending. For years, Dallas fans have watched good seasons collapse in January. They've heard the jokes, the criticism, the endless next-year expectations. But this move feels different. It feels like Dallas has finally decided that next year is no longer acceptable. The window is open, the roster is stacked, and the front office is no longer sitting back hoping results fall into place. They are taking control. They are pushing chips forward. This is a franchise saying, enough waiting. We want a trophy now. Of course, a trade this big brings questions as well. What did Dallas give up? How will they manage contracts? Will Chubb fit into Dan Quinn's scheme immediately? But when you look at the big picture, when you see what this defense now becomes, when you picture quarterbacks running for their life and coaches rewriting playbooks in panic, it becomes clear this risk is worth it. Because players like Bradley Chubb don't come around often. And opportunities to build a championship roster like this might only exist once every decade. You take the shot. You take the swing. And Dallas just swung for the fences. Imagine opening night with Chubb and Parsons coming off the edges. The roar of AT&T Stadium, the ground shaking, the energy crackling through the air. Imagine playoff football in January, the Cowboys defense exploding off the snap like fired artillery, feeding off each other's momentum. One sack turns into two. Pressure turns into turnovers. A forced fumble changes a game, changes a season, changes history. That's what this trade represents: hope turning into fire. Potential turning into reality. Cowboys fans have dreamed of a move this bold for years, and now it's here. Insiders are already saying this may be one of the most aggressive defensive trades Dallas has made in decades. Not since DeMarcus Ware have Cowboys fans felt this kind of defensive intimidation. Then add Micah Parsons, who is rewriting the edge rusher position altogether. Now imagine both chasing the same quarterback. This isn't just a move, it's a nightmare for every offensive line in the NFL. Because how do you stop two players who each demand double coverage? You don't. You survive if you can. And many teams won't. Bradley Chubb isn't just a player, he's an accelerant. He turns sparks into firestorms. You give him an opportunity, and he takes the entire pocket with him. He bull rushes linemen like they're training dummies. He bends around corners like a blade slicing through air. And now he does all of that wearing the star. Cowboys Nation has been waiting for a jolt like this, and today they got it. A moment fans will look back on and say, that was the day everything changed. The Cowboys aren't just better today, they're transformed. Offenses have to rewrite protection schemes. Coordinators must prepare for war. And the NFC playoffs just became a different battlefield entirely. Everyone knows Dallas has talent, but now they also have shock factor. Chubb brings pressure. Parsons brings terror. Together, they bring the kind of championship force that doesn't ask politely. It takes, it demands, it overwhelms. So buckle up, Cowboys fans, because this season just became something far bigger than expectation. This is not the same Dallas team that has disappointed in the past. This team looks angry, focused, aggressive, and most importantly armed. If the Cowboys were a sleeping giant before, they are now wide awake and stomping through the league. The Chubb-Parsons era begins now, and if you love chaos, defense, and quarterback destruction, you're going to love what comes next. If you're excited, if you're hyped, if you feel the energy of this moment like every Cowboys fan across the world does right now, then make sure you hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because this is only the beginning. The Dallas Cowboys just made a move that could define a generation, and you don't want to miss what happens next.